Seated resisted knee openings. Sitting up nice and high on the ball with the band just below your knees. Exhale as you squeeze out against the band to open the knees. Place your hands into the buttock muscles to help you to connect to where you're trying to contract. The same exercise can also be done on a chair if you don't have access to a ball. When performing an incline bridge, place your ball against a solid surface. Have your bottom just a little way out from the ball to create a diagonal line through your spine. When you start your bridging movement, tilt your pelvis slightly so that your spine feels like it's lengthening and your belly button feels like it's drawing in towards your spine. Exhale as you lift, drawing your pubic bone at the front of your pelvis up towards your rib cage. As you breathe out, think about drawing in across your lower abdomen. The same movement can be performed using a bench or chair. Just ensure that the surface is solid that you're working on. Exhale as you lift your pelvis up. Inhale to lower. Take care not to feel any discomfort through your back as you're performing the movement. To increase the challenge, you can stagger your foot positions so that the leg closest to the bench or chair is working harder. Make sure when you do this that you do not experience any discomfort through the front or back of your pelvic joints in this position. If you do find this movement uncomfortable, return to using a level foot position. Donkey kick is performed on all fours with hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Back is lifted and shoulder blades drawn down your spine. Keeping your legs in a bent position, you are lifting one leg up. The knee position does not change and the movement happens from within the hips, so there should be no movement through the pelvis or into your lower back. Take care, you'll see here that the back is dropping down. So you want to avoid letting your back drop, and you also want to avoid allowing your pelvis to rock across to one side as you lift the leg. Try and make sure that when you do lift your leg, you are keeping your pelvis centered. If you'd like to increase the challenge, you can place a weight in the crook of the knee. Slowly raise the knee, working from the hip, and you'll feel the increased challenge to the buttock muscles as you raise the leg up. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You can pulse your leg up in that top position to increase the challenge. Another option is to place the mini band or a knotted TheraBand around the knees. Same exercise can be performed using the band to add resistance. Knee hovers will work the muscles around the shoulder girdle, the abdomen, and the thighs. Again, starting on all fours, keep your elbows soft and slide your shoulder blades gently down your back. Tuck the balls of the feet under, and as you go to hover, gently press back into your heels and then very slowly raise the knees just from the floor, bringing your pelvis so that it sits slightly behind the knees. Take care that your back is lifted, the lower abdominal area is drawn up towards your spine, and that you continue to breathe while performing this movement. It is a good idea to rest back in between to relax out the muscles all the way through the spine, the abdomen, and the pelvic floor. Leg raises are also performed on the hands and knees. Lift up through the lower abdomen so that you just have a gentle curve in your spine. Extend one leg out behind you directly in line with your hip. Keeping the leg straight and your foot flexed, exhale to lift the leg and inhale to lower it down. If you want to increase the challenge, you can add an opposite arm raise. Take care not to allow the belly button to drop towards the floor and the spine to sink as you perform the movement. Bottom lowers is an exercise that will mainly work through the front of the thighs. Start in a kneeling position with your knees directly under your hips and your feet pointed directly behind your knees. Inhale as you gently release your tailbone back, trying to keep your trunk vertical, lowering your bottom towards your feet. Exhale as you straighten up, thinking about engaging the buttock muscles and tightening across the lower abdomen as you straighten. To make the exercise more challenging, you can add a resistance band across the top of your thighs, pulling back on the band as you come up. Another option to add a degree of difficulty to the exercise is to hold a weight. Keeping the weight at your chest as you drop back, you can add an arm overhead extension, pressing that weight up to the ceiling just in front of the shoulders as you raise, or you can keep your weight at your chest. CLAMS is an exercise for the side buttock muscles that is performed lying on your side with your knees bent and your feet in line with your bottom. Here we've got a small folded towel placed under the abdomen to help keep the belly button in the midline, and a small pillow under the head to support the neck. Put your hand just into the buttock muscles that you are trying to engage on the top leg. As you exhale, rotate the top knee slowly towards the ceiling, taking care to keep your pelvis still as you perform the movement. You can do full clams or you can pulse at the top of your range. Exhale as you rotate up. Inhale as you lower down. To make the exercise more difficult, you can hold a weight in your fingertips, sliding it down towards the knee and keeping that weight in place with your fingers as you rotate the leg. Try and have a sense of lengthening out through your thigh bone as you start the lifting movement so that you don't end up pinching back and using your trunk muscles to lift. Another option is to add a resistance band around the knees to increase the load of the exercise. As you perform any clam, try not to shorten the top side of your trunk. Don't allow the hip to slowly lift up towards the rib cage. To perform a side leg raise or side leg lift, you're lying on your side again with a small folded towel underneath your lower abdomen to support it in the middle and a small pillow underneath to support your head. Extend your top leg out, starting with your heel directly in line with your bottom and shoulders. Extend the leg out so that the knee is straight and rotate your foot slightly down. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. You can progress on and add leg circling to this movement by letting your leg come slightly forward and up, pulling it back and lowering it down. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower.